Hi, guys. Thanks for coming to the Nocturnal Feeding with Jane. Oops. We're trying a smaller thing.
Yeah.
James, the Fish Room Fever, and me, Chattanooga Ed. Here, we'll do that again. James and me. And then we'll go back. We're going to this because this is what the size that people voted on in the last stream. And we want to make sure we thank Redfish Bluefish Jason.
Yes.
For the $5 super chat he did at the very end. I don't know if we see him in the chat, we'll make sure we'll thank him. And then, guys, there was two people that super chatted me while I was doing the live feeds, and I turned off the monetization. I didn't realize I could still get super chats, so I really didn't have any way to see what people were saying because it would only pop real fast. And the super chats were all in blue, and so was the color. So like I could see a sticker, but I couldn't see what it was. So I was a little thrown off there. So yeah, I want to still say thank you so much to the people that did those, and I still need to try to figure out who they are. But we're gonna have James say hey to everybody while I try to find the live chat so I can actually see what's going on.
Alrighty, I'm going to do this off the participant list because it is alphabetized. So hello and welcome to Aquatic Aesthetics, Carol Cox, Gary Habercorn, Daniel Velez, Elijah Davis. I hope I said that right. If I did, I'm sorry. Fantastic Freaks, Fish Dreams, Gina French, John Cox, Keith Hanshaw, Lance Jones, Lefty32138, Lonnie, aka Looney Tunes, Mad Cow 74M, Michelle Kinsey, Max Aquatics and Things, Mississippi Heavy, Radul Singh, RB Animals Rescue, Rebecca Jackson, Rico Stan, S. Sandy Dowdy, Skull Aquatics, Steve P 2003, T-Bones Fishies, Tampa Tom Fishing, Design Ginger, Trevor Gregory, Triple J Aquatics, and Whips World. If you're in here and the name wasn't on the list, I'm sorry that I missed you. That is off the participants, so it doesn't always show everybody that's hanging out. But I think Ed's probably ready now, maybe, kind of.
Almost. I haven't turned on my computer for like 2 weeks, and I took it to Florida, and it's going super mega slow. I got the chat up. Now I got to get our images up.
Well, while he's doing that, Ed, I will say you've got a $3 super sticker from Carrie Habercorn with that thumbs up fist bump pair.
Thank you so much, Carrie. You're awesome.
And our buddy here, Rico Stan, with a $20 super chat says, happy late birthday to an awesome friend.
Thank you, man. That's super nice of you. Oh, I still haven't been able to get my chat to pop.
Oh, it's broken. It's broken.
I'm sorry, guys.
So,
yep. Well, I want to get the chat up so I can read. Not that I'm very good at it anyway, but.
Well, Ed, what are we talking about tonight? And that'll help inspire the chat while you're working on that.
Well, I still wanted to talk about things that happened at Aquachella and fun stuff. I love seeing Lefty. I got it working again. Lefty's back in town. It's great to see Lefty back. But on my birthday, I want to show what I got in the mail from someone. Maybe. I got Fantastic Freaks.
This
How awesome is that?
Now, don't ruin it for me because Fantastic did send me something, and I didn't get a chance to get up there. I was going to go today, but with the little boy's birthday, it's been kind of hectic. We got straight back from Aquachella and straight into getting ready for the birthday party today.
Well, I heard that he was sending you a tank top, so it'll be totally different.
Right. Perfect. I'm going to make Zenzo look bad at the next Aquachella.
Yeah, well, so am I. I saw we met so many awesome people. Gosh, I wanted to do a list of everybody we met. And now if I start going through a few names, I'm going to miss some people. But I had so much fun. And I don't know why people want photos with us. But it was really neat. And so many nice people said that they learned stuff from our show. And that, it really makes you feel good. And thank you guys so much for that. It's crazy. One person that we met was Ray from Ray Aquatics, and his wife's name it's a real pretty name, but it's a little difficult. Was it Sally?
Maybe. I remember you trying to figure it out, and that's about as much as I remember, which is why I stick to channel names, because I'm horrible with remembering names.
Well, we want to go check out Ray's Aquatics, and the plan was it was on the way home from Chattanooga. They're right off the highway, and we were going to shoot their whole fish room, and we were all going to go separately so we could make 3 different videos. And we're gonna try to break it up so that way they get a little bit more bang for their buck also for letting us show up and stuff. But we got the free stuff from the one booth that said they didn't want to take anything, and we were packing in the rain till I don't know 2 a.m. It was super. It seemed like forever. Maybe it wasn't, but we were packing the truck up, and then we were planning to repack it at 10 o'clock when we got out of the building. Well, we waited in line for almost an hour and a half just to turn our keys in. And it was like past 12 o'clock by the time we got to the car and started packing. There's Jason. Jason, thank you for the $4.99 super chat. I really, really appreciate it. And I do need to freshen up the red beard. I was going to do it today, and I was just too pooped.
And a huge thank you from me, Jason. I'm sorry I missed you at the end of the last one there.
Yeah. I finally found Jason again. His show's on Saturday afternoon. I loved him on Friday nights. But, with his new store and everything that's so awesome, redfishbluefish.com, or is it .shop? Oh, I used to have .shop. I think it's .shop. And his shop is just awesome to begin with. He's like doing it now in the middle of the day on Saturday. And so I got to try to keep catching it. I mean, the last couple of weeks we've just been on the road. I've been in Knoxville the last 2 weekends I was in St. Louis the weekend before because my friend died. I haven't been home for a month on a weekend. Cheapers. But, thank you so much, Fantastic Freaks. That was a super cool surprise. Loved it. And he also gave me a sticker, which, of course, I made into a magnet during the last show.
So, Rob at Aquatic Aesthetics nailed it. He says, it's Redbeard Bluebeard.
Oh, my gosh.
I do want to tell you while we're on the super chats, I did go in your studio and pull up those 2 previously mentioned from at the show over the weekend. And it was Michelle Kinsey with the $5 super sticker. It was one of the cute fox stickers, and Fishymon64 with another $2 cute fox sticker.
Thank you, you 2 guys. That's awesome that you were able to look that up.
Yes, sir.
Like, we normally start so much earlier, and my computer just did not want to start. It was really rough today. But, and I did get some other stuff, too. Last time we went to Atlanta, one of our goals was to go to Buc-ee's. And when we got there, it was just a shell because they were still building it. And I don't think the guys realized what Buc-ee's was until they got to it this time. And it's like heaven. It's like gas station heaven. If I died and had to go to Buc-ee's, I think I could be happy for the eternity. It's that good of a place.
So I will say, just real quick in terms of the Buc-ee's, I did take several naps on the way down there. One of those I woke up as we were pulling into the parking lot. And I kind of felt like I was still dreaming when I walked into the place. I was not expecting it to be that massive. And they had everything from sporting goods to scented candles to leather goods. And of course, all your typical gas station things as well.
So I got Buc-ee's t-shirts first. So I got a red Buc-ee's, the standard, but then I got a 4th of July Buc-ee. I love Buc-ee's.
Close that so I can come back over here. I'm flying blind at this point. There we go. All right, I can see you now.
I also bought about 10 bags of Buc-ee nuggets or beaver nuggets, and man, were they good.
They are.
Well, I've only ate one whole bag myself. I did that between yesterday and today.
They're good.
The best part is when it's all empty and all you have is crumbs. Take a spoon. Don't try to do this because too much will go everywhere. Take a spoon and spoon the crumbs out.
So the number one ingredient in those is brown sugar. So just think of that when you're thinking of them.
I love brand.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm just saying that they're definitely a sweet thing. I didn't realize they were a sweet thing. They looked almost like a pork rind. So I didn't even bother getting any, and I really should have. But they're definitely good stuff. Zeta Do with $5 super chat says happy belated birthday, Ed, plus James Son, plus LRB tomorrow. P.S. Wish I was at Aquachella to meet Fish Fam folks. Was there a few years ago for work.
I think Rob's trying to figure out what color my beard is right now. He's saying it's strawberry, I think. But beaver nuggets. Okay, my sister actually went online to figure out how to make these, and they're building one in Knoxville, which is super exciting because then I only have to drive an hour and a half to get to my beaver nuggets. But beaver nuggets are, those corn puffs. It's like that you can get. There's like a corn ball, but then there's also one that kind of has like a weird shape. Does that make sense? Well, that weird shape, instead of having cheese on it, they take this mixture of brown sugar, maple syrup, corn syrup, and probably some other sugar, and they melt it all on it. And it's like just heaven. It's so good because that inside thing kind of melts in your mouth, and then the sugar just melts with it. It is, oh gosh, it's awesome. You guys are going to make me hungry, and I'm going to want to go upstairs and
right.
Get more beaver.
I will say, if you've got any questions left over that we somehow didn't get to previously about Aquachella, feel free to throw those in. Be happy to discuss that still. RB Animal Rescue would like to know, how's your dad doing, Ed?
Oh, that's a wonderful thing to ask, and I really appreciate it. He is doing wonderful. He's got complete control over all of his body. When it was really scary at first because, he was completely paralyzed on his whole right side. He couldn't move his leg, his hand, his whole side of his face. He couldn't speak. He said that he could understand what people were saying, but he couldn't communicate. And they want you to have this type of medicine within an hour of a stroke to get everything back. And we were able to do it like within 40 some minutes. And it's so awesome. They've got like criminals have these things on their feet, the house arrest things. I shouldn't say criminals, but I don't know what the house arrest things. So those straps on their feet, what are those called?
You're talking about the restraining straps on the bed, or
no, the ones that you can stay at home and you're not supposed to leave?
Oh, the ankle bracelets, the monitoring.
Yeah, well, they have like one of those on him, and it's wrapped around his neck. And I think there's one stuck to his, like the chest over his heart, and it can monitor if he starts to have a stroke, and it'll call 911. They gave him a cell phone to carry around also, and they say if he can go 30 days. He's fine. He's completely out of the woods. Awesome. So we're praying that he's completely out of the woods. I've been driving him around everywhere. We're just, we're having fun. Mom is afraid that she broke something in her hand because they gave her the soft cast, but her hand still hurts horrible and it keeps swelling. So I think I'm going to have to take Mom to the doctor tomorrow to get her hand x-rayed. Because she broke her broke her wrist or arm right across here about 3 weeks ago. And she said she fell like this. And so she's having a real problem with her hand. So tomorrow, that's what we'll be doing, is going to the doctor for Mom's hand, I think. Yep. Oh, gosh. And then my brother surprised me on my birthday. He asked my dad what my favorite store was to go to. And my dad said, well, he knew that I really liked Aquatic Aesthetics. And he was right. And my brother called them and got me a $50 gift certificate.
Awesome.
Yeah. So I went there today, yesterday, and got the $50 gift certificate. I haven't spent it yet. And I think I'm going to save up and I'm going to just buy myself one of those flugel edges, the 32.5 one, you know, the big
Megaflex?
The Megaflex. And I'm going to put that in my bedroom with shrimp so it doesn't have to have heat.
Right.
And just have, and then maybe I could do like cool lighting if I have a headache or something. It would just be awesome. So that's my goal, is to go there and spend the rest of it on there. Oh, it's great to see Danikin too. Danikin called me on my birthday. I think it was on my birthday. I was doing something and I wasn't able to answer the phone. So I apologize, Kenny E. I need to call you and make sure that everything's cool with you. And, oh, wow, Jadron has a Flugel account. That's awesome. Well, okay, so I've got something cool to put in the Megaflex that I bought. You know what? I'm going to make this a little bigger.
Go for it, buddy.
There we go.
This is actually a perfect opportunity for me to be right back.
Oh, okay. Now, check out that. They had a mega wood like area, and Lisa was talking about the cool wood tanks that she loved. Well, they had this other spot where they just had incredible wood. And you guys know that I always buy lots of wood when I go to places. Well, Sean Peck, he bought like 3 gigantic pieces and about 10 small pieces. But this one I found, it's like all pieced together. So you can see how it's like separate pieces here. And all these little things are like somehow puttied together. And I was so gentle not to break this. It's on some type of like lava stone or something. It's real heavy. But I thought that would look awesome in that tank. And one piece fell off. I don't know where it's from. Oh, I bet it was right there. So I don't know if it needs it there or not. But I have to decide if I want to put, I don't have any weeping moss. I think weeping moss would look really good on it. I have some Pilo moss, and I don't want to put the Java moss because it'll go straight up. Flame moss will go straight up. Oh, there's like a little bitty yellow spider at the very top of it. Well, I'm not going to mush him. I'll just let him stand on it. But it's probably some crazy poison spider from Florida. I mean, it's so small. I don't know if you guys can see it. Focus. He's right at the very top, moving around. See him moving up on that one branch? Oh, well. So I think that'll look awesome for the shrimp tank. Oh, somehow I just got rid of all my chat. Oh, no. But so that was a cool thing. Jason. Well, Jason maybe too. But James and I also, let me see, I got my chat right back. We also got some extreme food there that was really cool. They had brand new stuff. And I was talking to them about their shrimp food being good. And they said that that's actually, they went out and bought that recipe for the shrimp. And Lisa was there from KG, and she said she feeds it to her snails. So it's like, oh, well, that's pretty awesome that, you can feed snails with it too, because it's like high in calcium. And I was going to save this little thing I got today at Aquatic Aesthetics. It's a new little mini filter, sponge filter. And I needed one more for my 5.5 for one of my guppy tanks. And I had it. It was the one I used for demonstrations all the time. And of course I lost it. So I was hoping to get a new one. And they were all sold out of those, but I got this from Rob. And check this. And somebody was asking about new technology. So I thought I would show you guys this little bitty thing. Look at how small that is. But look, it's got rock in it. So, I mean, we can take that off. It's so small, but it's just got a little sponge. Oh boy, I don't know for sure how to. Looks like it screws. Well, I haven't messed with it too much, but so it's got like media in there also, and the water is pulled through there and up. So I'm going to try this out in a 5.5. It's the same guys that make all my sponge filters, but it's called the Classic Flow, but I think it's new, but pretty awesome. So that's my new technology for this week. Rob has always got something new at Aquatic Aesthetics. Super cool. I got a betta fish. I can't really show it now. We'll have to maybe do a special show or something. But they were giving those out to all the YouTubers afterwards. We were all kind of hanging out and relaxing. All the people went, and every YouTuber there was so nice to everybody there. It was super cool. I've met Jason before, but wait, let's see. Okay, cool. He made himself big. I've met Jason before from Primetime, but he was sitting next to Corey the whole time, and I kept talking to Corey, not being mean to Jason, but Corey was trying to find a free T-shirt for me, and it took forever. It was just kind of silly. But so I've met Jason. He's a super nice guy, but he was super nice and super smart. And I've been coming up with a lot of good questions because he said he'd come on our show some week as a guest. And I think that'd be a lot of fun to have him.
And that was one thing, if I can address that real quick. I didn't ask anybody else to come on because I specifically told myself before we went I wasn't going to be that guy that was like, hey, will you do a collab? Hey, will you do a collab? Right. And then Jason's talk spoke specifically to things that we discuss all the time on the show. I'd love to do something with Jadron. Of course, I know he's in here, and that's why I mentioned it, because I don't want it to be like, well, nobody asked me. But I wasn't going to ask anybody. And then he did his talk, and it was like the Pleco caves that I talk about all the time. You know, the pea gravel. It was all the things. And it's like, I wonder if he's going to talk about this. And then he talked about it.
Yeah, he was like doing everything that we do.
Yeah. So that was one exception that I did make, although I would love to do some different things, not necessarily live streams. People don't do live streams, but definitely something with anybody that was there. So anybody, regardless of big or small, because I know sometimes people unfortunately do take that into consideration. We're always willing to do videos and stuff. And that doesn't just apply to people that were there, but I specifically wanted to mention that because he was the exception I made and I broke my rule.
Yeah. Well, and Joanne, his wife, is so sweet too.
Yeah.
She was amazing.
We were talking the dollar store items because I love doing the dollar store stuff. And she does the Dollar Tree hacks. So yeah, that was another one. I'm like, it's just like too perfect not to involve it.
Yeah, she was super cool. She needs to be on camera more because she was so awesome. And John and Lisa were super nice to us too. They took us out to dinner one night and we had a blast. And James and we didn't know that John was paying for it. And I don't want to say that everything we had ate up until that point was crap for like 3 days straight, but it seemed like all we ate was crap for 3 days straight. And so we saw a good pizza place and was like, let's both buy a large pizza and have some for later. So we ordered the big pizza, and then John bought our pizza. I mean, I wouldn't have got the biggest pizza with everything on it if I knew somebody else was paying for it. I would have been like Sean and got the little bitty one. But
Rico Stan saying I'm 100% that guy. And I typically am. And as you know, I've preached many times, don't hesitate to reach out to people. But it was that one experience that I wanted to try and play it cool. I'm going to play it cool. And, you know, just kind of blend in. And
yeah, well, and I think that was good because it could have been like just, you know, like we got to meet a lot of people like Carrie that we've done shows with and stuff, and she's awesome. And we already know, well, like John, even we've done a lot of shows with John over the years, and so we really know him well. But it was like, but Jason, he doesn't know us from Jadron Aquatics.
Yeah,
and
I mean, he's headed out. I just want to say, bye, Jason. Thank you for hanging out in both our streams. He said, got to go film a rebuttal to my duckweed video. You guys have fun. Would love to come on sometime. Well, definitely. I've got you on Messenger. We'll get with you and we'll work something out. But we really do appreciate it. And it was awesome meeting you. Really, really was.
And, maybe I could send you all my duckweed as a present. And that would be a nice thing to give someone that loves duckweed. I wish I had a goldfish. No, I don't. I don't want to say that because I could buy a goldfish. Nobody send me a goldfish, please. Okay. I want to shut that so nobody jumps out. Oh!
Yeah. That was
I destroyed the sign. Oh, well. You can't really see them from this angle.
Mm-mm.
Oh, well. But, yeah, it was a lot of fun. I got shirts for Lefty and Diego and Rico, my 3 guys that I do shows with. I do a show with Rico on Mondays and Diego's Tuesday, and then Saturday, Lefty just asked if we were doing a show, and I said yes. So, and just to be, I do shows with other people. They all ask for shirts, so I and then got one for Priscilla too. So I ended up with 4 extra shirts. So you guys that asked for shirts, we got them. So that's cool. Oh jeepers! What else was? There's so many different things to talk about. Oh, okay, James. Was there anybody that you saw there that you wish you would have talked to? I have one regret.
So I guess the biggest one was Paul Cafaro. No, nothing against Paul. He's doing his own thing. I don't know. It was awesome, and we didn't even mention. And now my mind's going to go completely blank, and I'm going to look like a schmuck because I can't even think of his name. Tanner, Serpa Designs. We got to hang out and talk with him. That was very cool. The one person would probably be Predatory Fins. John had mentioned there wasn't a whole lot of interaction between the YouTube booth. But the Predatory Fins was so busy. But I will say at the very end of things, when I was headed back inside from LRB leaving, he was coming through with, is it his wife? I hate to mess that up. But, shake his hand and very briefly talk to him. And he was super supportive. He was like, hey, man, yeah, I'd love to, because I was like, I'd love to do something with you. So I didn't really get a chance to talk to you. And he's like, absolutely, no problem. And then I don't really wear that big megalodon too. She's like, I absolutely love your sharks. So that was one that I wish I'd have gotten to talk to them a little bit more, just because I used to be so big in monster fish. And I still kind of miss that, but at this point it's just not feasible where I'm at. But yeah, that's one that I wish I could have had a little bit more time with. Everybody else I was really blessed to get to spend a decent bit of time with.
Well, the one that I'm kicking myself over, I only saw the guy for 2 minutes. And I was in the LRB booth, and he just kind of walked by. And it was the blind Aquarius.
Didn't even get to see him,
I saw him walk by, and I was like, I wonder if that's the blind Aquarius. But if it's not, and I say, are you a blind Aquarius? He's going to say, well, duh, I'm here. And not really, and I didn't want to be rude, if he wasn't the blind Aquarius. And it turned out it was the blind Aquarius. And dadgummit, I wish I would have said hi to him. So that's the one that I'm mad about. Yeah. Not saying hi to the blind Aquarius.
I will say, I can't even think of his name. I'm doing so horrible with names. Nobody's ever going to talk to me again.
Well,
Predatory Fins, help me out here, buddy.
I have no idea.
I'm always saving you. Come on, save me here. Save me here. Yeah.
Bob Hadcheck.
What? Huh? No.
Bob Hadcheck?
No. Anyhow.
I'm just making the name up.
I will say anybody
I don't know who Predatory Fins are. I'm not a big fish guy.
the big tank with the albino / platinum catfish, and then massive pleco that was right next to the alligator and the owl.
Well, all I looked at on their table was how they had
okay.
tennis shoes. They had tennis shoes made with gars on them.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that was a particular person.
Anybody that's seen Rod knows that he's a big built guy. I mean, he gives Zenza a run for his money. He's a big built guy. He's probably built even bigger than Zenza. It really threw me off because he has the most gentle handshake of anybody I think I've ever met. And you don't expect it because he's so big, and you go in and you're kind of like, I don't want to say overcompensating, but you're bracing yourself for your hand to kind of feel some cracking. And he's just super, super gentle.
Well, he's that broken too many hands.
Right. I kind of felt bad because I'm like, and he's just like really, politely, softly shaking. I'm like, I didn't mean to, do that. Sorry.
Thank you. We met Aquafunk.
Funky. He signed the shirt. Told me to stay funky.
That's awesome. Aquafunk. I didn't get to sign the shirt.
You're just Chattanooga Ed. No, I'm just kidding. I got to get you to sign the shirt, buddy. I really thought I did. I got Sean to sign it.
Oh, I was just about to say, did you get Sean to sign it? Oh, yeah. Well, that's too funny. I signed Carrie's. I did sign Carrie. So I did sign one T-shirt. That was cool. Carrie was a blast too. She was a lot of fun. So was Jesse. But we haven't mentioned was Jess.
Yeah, manes, tails, fur, and fins.
And her 2 puppy dogs. And I posted a picture of me with the baby puppy on the Instagram, and everybody thinks it's my puppy. And somebody was joking, saying, how many guppies did I trade? And I said 3. And I think people really believe that. But I would love to have that puppy. But and it's so well behaved. Hey, Melvin, how you doing? But they're not my puppies, just so y'all know. But super well behaved.
We did have a question from Multiple Aquariums. What's going on, Diego? Says, will you guys be going to Aquachella, Chicago in August?
I would love to, but I don't know if I can afford to go do that. I know that sounds terrible. It's just I have to live on a set budget. And boy, I spent a lot of money in the last month. I've had car repairs, cat repairs, Aquachella. That it's been kind of scary how much I've been hit in a matter of a month. And so
I understand completely.
I'm like, I wonder if maybe Rob will let me put his fish tank on layaway. Pay $50 a week or something.
Yes. So there are only 2 ways that I'm going. Hey, Melvin, good to see you. One is if I were to go there, to work somebody else's booth or work somebody's booth and got covered that way. And the other, I'm not even going to tell you all what the goal is. But the other is if I reach what several people have told me is an absolutely stupid and idiotic goal in terms of channel growth and subscribers. Because if I make that number, then I feel like I have proven myself to kind of do the extra thing. Because like Ed said, it's not in the budget for me either. It's really, really not. But if I can accomplish that goal, then I feel like I will have earned going. It's kind of like an added bonus thing for myself. Like, hey, you did it. And even
for sure.
Some really big names looked at you and said, you're a freaking idiot. Do you know this is the worst time for YouTube? And I went, yeah, I know. I didn't say it was realistic. I said it was my goal. So that's the only 2 ways I'm going.
Yeah. And, I don't think it's fair for big people to tell us little guys how to do things because we're in a different world.
Oh no, and nobody was telling me how to do anything. I will say that. It was more like, hey, don't be so hard on yourself. Sorry, I'm trying to get some of this popper out of the shrimp tank up here before it, Lord knows, does whatever to the tank. It wasn't anything like that. It was just like, man, you need to understand that you're not being reasonable with yourself. Nobody was downing me or anything like that. It is the worst time of the year to be on YouTube. Even worse this year because of everybody really being stuck in the house and really wanting to get out. But it is what it is, you know. So they weren't being mean. I just wanted to make sure that was clear. Nobody was being mean or rude or anything like that. It was just like kind of a cut yourself a break. And I'm like, no, that's not the point. The point is not to cut myself a break. The point is to take this new design idea and this new style for videos and go over the top with it.
That's awesome. Well, and I have a goal that I want to start putting out a lot more videos. I've been shooting them for almost a year and I haven't been putting them out because I hate editing. And I need to start putting it together. And I was going to make a commitment the 1st of June to put 2 out every week. And it's just been like bad thing happening after bad thing. So hopefully the next half will be super smooth and easy going. I see Chewy Ludicrous is saying fish room fever. Have you had him get in touch with Aquaballs? We were worried about his dad and wanted him to have a good time at Aquachella. I bet you Chewy's asking about me and my dad. I wasn't going to go to Aquachella if my dad was in bad condition. And the only reason why they kept him over 2 extra nights was they never could get him an MRI of his skull. It's crazy that it would take 2 days to get that, I think. But finally they did, and he was checked out and he was good. But he felt perfectly fine. He thanked me. You know, it's really awesome. I felt really guilty that because I felt like I was kind of responsible for his stroke, even though maybe I wasn't. He loves my tubs, and so he likes to go watch me videotape them. Sometimes he holds it, but I was shooting my own video that day. But he was just sitting there watching me do that. And I did it 4 times till I finally got it right because I don't like to edit. So I just go all the way. And he just enjoyed sitting there watching the whole time. And then but he also said he didn't want to have chicken from the grocery store. My dad's getting really picky with age. And so he's a lot more difficult to feed. And with Mom's arm broken, I'm kind of responsible to try to get the food. And Mom asked for grocery store chicken. So I was going to go get it. We all sat down. I said, okay, Dad, I'll try to get her to pick something else. And I convinced her to pick something different without telling her that Dad didn't want it. And then I said, okay, Dad, I'm going to go because he wanted to go with me. And he just went and just kind of groaned or muddled. And that's when I found out. And so I think he just had the stroke within 5 minutes, you know, from when I found him. Yeah. But, you know, praise God that I had my car in the mechanic because I wanted my car to be fixed and good to go to Florida. So I didn't have my car. If I would have had my car, I would have just let him sleep the whole time and just not bothered him. And he wasn't sleeping. He was having a stroke. So that's really scary. But like I say, he's doing great. It's awesome. And we think we're in the clear. So that's awesome. And
I would say I got to grab a couple of things real quick because we've got Matt F says, I realize money can be tough, but you both should know you deserve to be at those types of events. That really, really, really means a lot. And I see that big red oval from you that's followed up right behind that I'll grab in just a second. Whipsworld did say, I was serious when I said you can crash here. Wouldn't cost you anything but time, about an hour and a half out from Schaumburg. And then
awesome.
Matt F followed that up with a $100 super chat that says it's the Future Event Fund.
Oh my gosh,
Matt, that is awesome. That's very, very much appreciated for support.
I haven't moved my chat at all because I kind of was at the top looking at. Wow. Well, thank you so much.
I don't normally do this on Ed's stream. I reserve these for mine, if you will. But I got to say a huge thank you, Matt, for that.
Yeah.
Very, very much.
I'm not trying to do a pity party.
Yeah,
So
no,
else give me anything,
absolutely
please.
not. That's why Ed and I don't talk about a lot of financial things. Like when my AC went out for 6 months and it was $4,000 to replace it. I didn't tell you all about it until afterwards because you guys are so awesome and people start GoFundMes. And as much as we appreciate that stuff, we don't ever want to expect that or for you all to think that we're asking for money from you because we're not. But that's amazing and thank you. And Delilah's Critters came through after that with a $20 super chat. Says, let's get you to Chi-Tail. So I'll pop you one as well. Thank you for that.
Well, I'm going to do my best then. I'll try to figure it out.
Well,
Thank you so much. Let's see, when is it's I haven't given my schedule of events lately either, but let's don't do that now because it's almost into the show.
Just the simple fact that Whip's World would offer up his house to us, I mean, that in and of itself, Whips, thank you seriously. I mean, that's something that right there is several $100s that we don't have to put out. I mean,
yeah. That hotel that we stayed at was $1,000 for 3 nights. Well, no, it wasn't 1,000, but it was 900. And once you add up the waters, it was 1,000. I bet.
Yeah, it was $4 drinks, and twice I didn't get my drink, and I'm like, that's $8. I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to fuss about it. I'm having a great time. It just is what it is.
Oh, but I did learn some other tricks. You know, last week I was saying tricks to winning things at events. Apparently now at hotels, you have to tell them that you want maid service. Because we were kind of getting cranky. We weren't getting new towels or anything. Mm-hmm. And they said you're supposed to let them now know that you want it. So we could have been getting 2 free waters every day. That would have been worth the maid service alone. Oh, there's Sean. Sean, you were so much fun.
Hey, Sean, you were amazing.
Yeah, there was some awesome photos that Sean did of him and I. And we were, this is when I think John in his stream was saying that he was talking to James and some of the other guys, and he said that Sean and I were sleeping because we're old men. We were hanging out, taking awesome photos at the top of the castle. And you got to see, if you guys can go to his Facebook or his Instagram, I don't know where it is, but it was so much fun.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh, I got a hair in my mouth.
Let me just say this. I know that most of you all probably already are familiar with Peck Tech and subscribed, but if you're not, he is so close to 50,000 subscribers. He's like almost there. And I know you all have also heard like Bob Steen fought. He was right at that 50,000 for so long. It's like a point that people get stuck at a lot. It seems like YouTube just kind of pushes you down when you get near 50,000. So if you haven't gone to Peck Tech's channel, he's an awesome dude. A lot more subscribers than we have. So y'all probably already know him, but I want to say in case you don't, I really recommend you check him out. He does some amazing aquascapes and beautiful, beautiful planted tanks that I envy every time I see them.
Oh my gosh, me too. My goal moving on in life, in my fish life, is not on, because right now all my tanks, ooh, that one's looking a little dirty. But all my tanks, you know, they're kind of pretty to look at, but the goal is just to breed guppies. But I want to start making them not just kind of pretty, but to make them cool, like Sean's. I mean, I know I can't ever get them like Sean's, but I would like to get them close to Sean's.
Yes.
Because his are amazing. Just incredibly beautiful.
I may have to get his help on this rimless scape that I'm working on, because he's got that magic touch when it comes to those things.
That was one of the stickers I know that I had that I wanted to make a magnet from. Oh, look at that. I just found another one. I haven't made Primetime Aquatics sticker, but I also got, there it goes. Not a Sean Peck sticker, but I got his wife sticker. And I was going to make that into a sticker because Sean doesn't have stickers yet. You know, Sean, that's what. Oh, thank you, Whip's World, for the $2. Number one, I really appreciate that. What were you going to say?
I was just saying, Whips had a question right before that. Said, where will you guys be the week of July 19th through the 23rd? I'll be at my property then, and I'd love to meet you guys in the flesh.
Let's see. July. I don't know if there's anything going on for sure that's like fish related, but I mean, we also have to talk to our families. But you know,
that's like close enough after my birthday that I might be able to just pull that in as, hey, I'm doing this for my birthday. It's a couple weeks after it, but
Oh, thank you so much, Melissa. I really appreciate it. Just cause. And Melissa was a lot of fun to meet too. There were so many awesome people. Oh, was it? It was Sarah J.
Yeah, Sarah J. Sieber. Yep.
She asked, or I think this was way at the top. Oh my gosh, I've been skipping all over town. Well, she said that she likes guppy grass, or not guppy. Wait, I've got guppy grass. Duckweed, I think she said. Mm-hmm. And maybe when we go down to film Ray's fish tanks or Ray's Aquatics, we could try to stop by. She lives in the really pretty Savannah, Georgia. Mm-hmm. I don't know how far that is, but I could give her like 5 pounds of duckweed.
It's on the way.
Then, yeah, I'll hook you up with a lot of duckweed. And then maybe we could see furlough too, because that would be pretty cool.
Absolutely. And Tampa Tom fishing, he was going to try and make it out, and he didn't get there. And I feel bad. We've been to Florida a couple times and not gotten to meet him yet.
Yeah. And the one guy that was very impressive was Father Fish. This guy, when we did our group shot, it was crazy because I didn't realize where he was in the photo. At first, everybody was kind of mulling around, and Sean knows that I used to be a professional photographer, so I used to have to pose lots of people. And as soon as I just like yelled at 2 people, everybody like went into form. I like hardly had to do anything after I said 2 people, you guys turn, kneel. And then it was like, bam. So
he couldn't. Oh, sorry.
No. Well, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say you couldn't hear me, but I was chuckling and talking to the person next to me going, there's the master photographer at work. Now everybody's filing in line.
Oh, that's like, that was one of my specialties, was getting really nice organized groups. You know, I did it with football teams. But like I was saying, the worst was college reunions, because you get like 100 drunk people and a couple of crabby ones because their boyfriends are married or something now. And so, but yeah, to get 100 old, not necessarily old people, but 100 people all over the place, it's crazy. And it's great money because everybody just buys one photo. You sell I sold 8x10s for $20 a piece, and you sell 100 of them. It's just like one shot. It's like the photographer's dream come true, is a group shot. But I digress. It was a lot of fun. But after I looked at the photo, Father Fish is standing on the top of the couch. We made this couch out of salt blocks, and he's not just standing on the bottom. He's standing on the tippy top. It was crazy. And Father Fish doesn't need to be jumping around.
No, and most of those boxes on the top were, in fact, empty boxes versus actually being full of salt. Because Zenzo started to get up there, if I remember correctly. And he's like, I'm fine. And then he's like, no, I'm not. We're not doing that.
It's a really neat picture, or photo. Yeah. If anybody... I'm sure there's a bunch of them on Instagram or on Facebook. It was a lot of fun. It'd be kind of neat to blow one of those up and get all the autographs.
Absolutely.
There were a lot of people in that I didn't even see or meet. They must have been like working all over the place. Was Dustin in that shot?
Yep.
Okay,
I'm pretty sure. Or maybe he wasn't. There was one person that wasn't in the shot and then came over, and John's like, we could get everybody back together. And he was just like, no, it's fine.
I need to make Matt like a sticker to put behind me. Matt F. Because $100, that's just crazy.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I don't know if you saw Rob there at Aquatic Aesthetics with the $20 super chat. Says Aquachella Fund, you must go.
And I love Rob. Bam.
I do too.
Favorite fish store.
I do too.
My brother got it right. Super cool. Great guy. Thank you, Rob. And we'll be doing our show with Rob on a Saturday night. Not this Saturday. This Saturday is Father's Day. And his family rents, or doesn't rent, but they have like a big boat and they go out and have a party on the lake. And he was saying it'd be pretty fun to do the live stream from the boat.
That would be. Father's Day, I don't make a huge thing out of it, but my kids really do. So that's one of those that I don't want to miss, especially because I have to go out of town. Um, I like to say I got the best Father's Day present of all because my youngest one was born like right at Father's Day the year he was born. So, but we will definitely be getting back with Rob for the the After Hours series. I've got a lot of fun stuff happening. Sarah J. Sieber, she bought some stuff. I won't say exactly what she got, but she's going to get us some videos or photos for the Saltwater series because she's actually doing her setup kind of right along as we're going through the series. So that's going to be fun. Just lots of awesome stuff going on and coming up.
Yep, maybe we'll have to make her like an unofficial Tennessee Fish Mafia person or something.
There you go.
Father's Day for me, it's a lot of fun. You know, we always have fun with my dad and my brother-in-law, but my cats do nothing for me. They almost just give me attitude. I'm like, you guys need to do more, and they just like this is what I get. This is pretty much what Nico will be doing all day long. He'll maybe look at me if I get close to his face and just go right back to sleep. It's just not fair. Look, 77 people are watching you sleep right now, Nico.
Oh, he moved. There we go.
He moved. He knocked all the t-shirts on the floor so he could sleep on the towel, the duckweed towel. Oh, cats are great. I love them. Okay.
Well, we've got about 7 minutes left. If y'all have any questions or comments you want to throw in there that maybe we overlooked or maybe you just thought of, feel free to do so.
Oh, but also, again, thanks a lot to Fantastic Freaks. Super cool shirt, and I'm sorry if I ruined it for you, James.
No, it's fine. I will say fantastic. I'll be showing your stuff off on my stream next Thursday.
Well, it came on my birthday, and my buddy Ted, he's a Baptist preacher in Hannibal, Missouri. Every year he sends me a Chiefs shirt or a Marvel shirt. You know, so it's either superheroes or Chiefs. And this year he was able to get me Marvels and Chiefs on the same thing. It was kind of crazy. But I thought for sure when I was opening Fantastic Freaks, this was my buddy Ted's.
Gotcha.
And it wasn't. And I was like, wow, too cool. So that was a big surprise. And his sticker was really bent up out of shape. Where did he go? Oh, where did I? He's here somewhere. Well, I don't know where a sticker is. Did I not stick it up? Oh, well. I made a sticker. Hopefully I find it before the... Well,
I'm sure you will.
Bent up, but it's... I peeled the plastic off, and then I pulled the, for the sticker, and then I peeled the sticker off this, and it was just as smooth as could be. So that worked.
Nice.
Oh, this is another cool thing I got at Aquachella.
I wondered where that went to. That's my RFID chip thing
That you gave me by leaving it in my car.
I wondered where that went. So I've got an idea. Well, I won't even go into that idea, but I'm glad that you found that. I haven't even unpacked my bag completely to know that was missing.
Oh, nuts.
I told Sean, I said, there's always something that I leave in Ed's truck. Always.
Yeah, but that's all right.
Yeah.
It makes it fun. It's really good, though, when it's food.
Yeah. It's not so good when it's fish.
Oh, so I'm kind of like off the side of my camera.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'll just move it this way.
Oh, okay. I'm still here. All right.
Well, okay. Out of all the places we ate, what was the worst?
That's a tough one. Oh, that's a tough one. That's a tough one. It's either the pizza that we ordered in at Best Western or the breakfast the next day. The only reason I can't specifically give it to the breakfast the next day is because they did have the prepackaged apple cinnamon muffins that kind of saved it for them, along with the orange juice. So if it weren't for those prepackaged things, that the meal that they served was the absolute worst thing we had. at least the pizza was forced downable. The buffet wasn't. Rob said the buffet. The buffet wasn't that bad, except for the price was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But my stomach wasn't upset prior to that, so I kind of went through the whole thing. They had like the baked macaroni and cheese and chicken tenders and a lot of that stuff that a lot of us were going for. Like, yeah, kids meal stuff. All right. And then they did have prime rib. Yeah, the prime rib was really good. They even had the like frou-frou lobster bisque and some other higher end things that I didn't touch. But what I did eat was really good. I think I had 2 plates. I try to get my money's worth.
My piece of paper of a prime rib wasn't very good.
Well, I had him give me 4 pieces.
Oh, well, that was smart.
I think it was Jason, Primetime Aquatics, said, give me 4. So I was like, give me 4.
That was smart. Mine was this thin.
Yeah, it wasn't really thick.
I couldn't even taste the meat.
So I would probably have to say I'm going to exclude the pre-packaged muffins and OJ and just go with what they served us for breakfast at the Best Western. And that was the absolute worst because the eggs weren't edible, the potatoes weren't edible, the sausage wasn't edible, and there was nothing else in the box. You probably could have eaten the box and done better. So,
well, mine was from New York Pizza and Wings in Kissimmee, Florida. I recommend no one ever go there ever. First, okay. we did, like you guys saw it on the live stream. It dripped grease all over my shirt when I folded the pizza, and because it cracked down the side. And what it did to me that night was unspeakable. I wish I would have had like a Brazilian Tums, so I wouldn't have had such an upset stomach. It made so much acid for no flavor. Normally, if I get an acidy stomach, I get a lot of like super hot wings or something. No.
I wish we had put wings with it. You asked if we wanted wings, and we were like, no. And I really wish we had now because maybe those would have been better.
They probably would have been slimy.
Probably. It would have been like those wings that we got in Mississippi that weren't even cooked all the way.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yes. That was one time James and I ordered from a Little Caesars. And normally their wings are really good, but I was eating the wings and I was like, I don't think they're cooked. Oh, that was gross. But yeah. And then we also ate at a Wendy's. It was really funny on our way in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Sean says, oh, let's have Wendy's. I really like Wendy's. After we got to eating, he was like, I really hate Wendy's.
Well, I will say I did not expect much from the food, given the way the employees were acting behind the counter, and that's as far into detail as I go with that. But that was one of the better Wendy's burgers that I've had.
Oh, wow.
I ordered the Dave's triple, and it was too hot to eat when I first got it. So that one was surprisingly good for mine anyways.
Well, that's awesome. Mine was just like boring. I don't know. I don't even know what I had. It was so forgetful. But the bathroom was always locked. Let's see if I can do James this time. I'm having a fun time doing your puzzle.
I know you are. Well, be thankful it was, because when I went into the Wendy's before y'all even got inside, the bathroom wasn't locked, but it should have been.
Well, they locked it after James got done with it. And so we went to the gas station next door, and I didn't lock the door because it was so gross. I made sure that I scheduled my exit so I could just like run. And it was even a boy-girl bathroom. It had no toilet paper. It had no paper towels. It had no soap. It had water. But I was afraid to kind of touch the thing. But I washed that off. And thank God, I always use extra long T-shirts. But I just kicked the door open. So I wouldn't touch anything. But,
I really think we need to start a travel review channel. I really do.
We really do.
Reviews in twos.
We really should have.
Yeah.
And then down the road, 15 minutes later, was Buc-ee's, where they're making barbecue, pulled pork, and
I was so mad. Yeah. Even though I had an awesome burger, I was still mad that I didn't get to eat any of the Buc-ee's food because I was way too stuffed.
oh my gosh, too much fun. Well, guys, thank you for showing up today. Oh, wait, I think I missed a $2 super chat.
Believe you did.
Let's see.
You want me to get it? Find it?
Yeah, please.
It was Lonnie, a.k.a. Looney Tunes, says, thanks, Ed James, and the generous super chatters with the big
for sure. But
thing going.
Thank you for being generous, too, man.
You as well. Absolutely. Most definitely.
But thank you, everybody, for being so generous tonight. And if I don't know is Aquaballs going next?
I'm not sure. I know R&B Animals Rescue. I always take the S off of that one, and I'm really good with manes, tails, fur, and fins on those S's. But RB Animals Rescue says 12 a.m. I go live. I'm assuming that's Eastern time, so 28 minutes from now. That gives you a good chance to grab a snack, take a potty break, go walk the dog if you need to, and then head on back. And I'm sure one of our awesome mods will grab a link for that.
And RB is a really cool guy. He's got all sorts of critters and plants and fish and stuff. So you know, he's got it all going on. So he's a really good guy.
Delilah says this isn't the last rally. Start looking at flights and hotels.
Well, I can guarantee you I'm too cheap to fly. So I'll be driving because I really enjoy driving. I enjoy going to the Buc-ee's and the gross gas stations. It just makes it so much fun. We went to this one place. It was an orange juice place, like in Florida. And we're like all excited because we wanted to get some oranges and juice as we're leaving. And they're like, oh, we're all out of oranges and juice. I'm sorry. That was just so funny. Yeah. But I ate a ice cream push pop the whole time while I was shopping, and then I got one of those caramel bars that are covered with some type of nuts. I don't know what it is, but I got that, and I got some earrings from my mom there that she absolutely loves. She just loves them to death. So I was really good there. They had alligators in there. Oh my God, Sean had a great photo with the giant stuffed alligator I didn't even see.
Yeah, I left my phone in the car on that one. But yeah, you got a good one. Delilah was saying a vehicle's more expensive, but you do you. It can be, but keep in mind there are two of us, so that helps when there's two of us traveling.
Or three.
Yeah, or three. If we could snag Sean.
Yeah, Sean was saying that he would like to do some things before, I think, September, because he has like extra vacation until then. So, Chevy Fish is here too, so that's awesome. Hi, Chevy. Oh my gosh, and Mike's staying up really late tonight.
Yeah, Mike Fishtech Barnes says, if you make it to Detroit, you can ride with me. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. See, things are starting to come work themselves together.
Yeah. So we just had a blast. It's a lot of fun. And like I say, riding with us, part of it is just the goofiness. We really enjoy. Well, and like when we drove with Danikin, that was just a blast too. It's always fun.
It's about the adventure. It really is.
It is.
So no matter where Ed and I go, it's always about the adventure. You don't know. We might end up walking around lost looking for some place to eat in a small town of Mississippi. Or, it's just like people have talked about Steamthought trying to walk to New York from one of the events in years past. I'm like, that sounds like an us thing where we're just kind of out wandering around and go, let's go walk to New York. It can't be far. I'm like, that's something we would do.
Well, let's just break down real quick. I guess we've got a little bit of time if RB's starting up in 25 minutes. But tomorrow I've got the Lefty show. Lefty, are we going to start at 4:00? Lefty is a school teacher, and he's got summer vacation, so we love seeing him back in the groove. And we got to take advantage of these months with him. So I don't know if he's going to start at 4, sometime between 4 and 4:30, and we normally end at 6 because then I want to say Oak Street, but that's not right. Maple Street goes after us. And then on Saturday, James and I don't have a show this week, but I will be hanging out with Pam in her stream painting at either a 10 or 11. I'm pretty terrible at knowing what times I'm supposed to be at places. I think it's 11. And then I'm on with Bob Kaler at 8 o'clock Eastern. And I hang out with him and Rob from Aquatic Aesthetics and Furlow and Bobby and Skippers with a whole lot of people. So that's always fun to hang out. That's just like a big group kind of celebration to talk. And then on Monday, I'm with Rico and we talk comic books on Rico Stan. Check out Rico's channel. Lately, he's been doing some great interviews. Well, he's always done great interviews. Go from the beginning and watch them all. You could do that at work and just listen to those. And you don't have to look at look at them, just listen to it. It's probably more enjoyable. And then the next day, that he does that on Tuesday, and I also hang out with Diego on Tuesday, and we're always talking fish. So thank you guys so much for hanging out.
And I do want to say thank you. Abolish Farm says, if y'all come to Detroit, I'd love to hang and show you my tanks. We appreciate that. We always love when people offer up their tanks for us to check out and their companionship and camaraderie to hang out with us. So
I used to do Chicago quite a bit in my life, so I know Chicago pretty well. I went to school not in Chicago, but in Illinois, and I'd probably make it to Chicago at least 4 or 5 times, sometimes 6 times a year. I used to watch a lot of Blackhawk games, and I went to all the Comic-Cons. I went to Ciclet shows. I did a lot in Chicago. And the one thing that I absolutely love is the Chicago pizza. I think it's Gianardo's that makes a crazy good pizza. And it's like this thick, because I love thick pizza. And it's like, that's the cheese. It's like all mozzarella. And then I normally get the sausage. It's so good, James. You got to trust me on this. I think it's Gianardo's.
I believe you.
Something like
that. I very much, when we go somewhere, am a fan of not letting Ed order for me so much, but going, hey, Ed, what do you think? And he'll be like, what about this thing? I'll be like, yep, that sounds good.
Well, I appreciate it. We just have the same. Oh, look, they're Diego's Gianardo's. I don't know if I'm saying that not right, but that's the pizza. It's in a white and red box. But yeah, guys, it'll be a lot of fun if we can swing it, because it's a good time. Really is.
Absolutely.
And I think it'll be a lot more affordable because it won't be in a convention, or it won't be in a resort that's far away from everything. We'll be able to find probably everything a lot more affordable there.
Absolutely. I do have to say again, because that big red oval is still hanging out up top. Thank you again, Matt F. And I did see it say, Matt said, serious YouTube, please never change. Only our underwear. Other than that, we're not changing.
And that's
we appreciate you, Matt. That's what
in the winter. In the winter, it's bi-weekly.
Yeah, I mean, you do the flip and turn, and we'll leave it at that. We probably scared a couple of people off.
The only people that have to live with me are 2 cats, so they don't really complain. But no,
absolutely.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. It's always a lot of fun. I'm gonna start this summer doing a show with Rico and Lefty. It's nothing real. It'll just be us hanging out during the day, painting and having fun. I think I'm going to be gluing models next week if I can get those 2 guys to want to do it. And we may not even plan it. Might just be, we'll make sure that Jess isn't on, and if Jess isn't on, we'll go and hang out for a few hours and hang out.
Very, very cool.
But thank you, everybody, for showing up. It was a lot of fun. Everybody we got to meet at Aquachella was great. Oh, yeah. We didn't even talk about Ryan. He was super fun to watch. We didn't say anything.
Wild fish tanks, yeah. We really didn't.
Yeah. Ryan was
This is why I avoid talking about him, because I'm like too many names, or 24 people.
Yeah, well, let's talk a little. We'll try to remember a couple of the small guys. Well, I mean, he's probably bigger than me. I don't know. I'm saying small, not the mega guys. But Ryan, in person, is not small either. He's like 6'7" or something. And
that would be Wild Fish Tanks, formerly Lucky Schmuck.
Yeah, and he's super cool. and he lives somewhere down there. So maybe when we go, maybe we'll have to do like a 2-day thing or something, and maybe we could maybe get Furlough and Ryan to take us out catching live fish or something.
I actually talked to Ryan about that. So yeah, that's definitely because Ryan does a lot of native collecting down there. And I did close my chat because we were like about to end it. So I will just warn you, I closed my chat, Ed. So it's all on you now, buddy.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll end it anyway. Oh, let's say, and Matt. Oh, Fantastic Freaks. We met somebody from Omaha that has awesome lizards and snakes and stuff, and they're going live next month. And I talked about you, and they said that you had contacted them or something. So contact them again because they're really cool, and it's always good to have connections close by.
Absolutely.
And Sarah, it was awesome seeing you, meeting you in real life. You're super sweet. It was a lot of fun. GRB, I wish we could have met you in real life because you're awesome. And you're from Australia. And not that just because you're from Australia, but it'd be cool to go to Australia someday. But okay, guys, we'll talk to you guys all next time. See you later.